I would not fight Trey Parker on anything if I were you. Oh no, I would not.
You get your bitch ass back in the kitchen and make me some pie. Stinky bitches, you the stinky bitches.
Dear Paramount, I would not fight Trey Parker if I were you. Okay. I'm mad, but I'm also like, my brain is going, and I'm like, you do not fight Trey Parker on this. Paramount. Word of warning. Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus.
Hold on to your butts.
Here we go. South Park has been removed from Paramount Plus worldwide as of 2 days ago. Why? They are trying to what? Screw over Trey and Matt for streaming rights. In response to the press release about Comedy Central for the change of the premiere date. Oh, and they also changed the premiere date of the new episodes. So they've changed the premiere date of the new episodes, which we should be watching right now, and then they pushed them back. From Trey and Matt, quote, "This merger is a shit show and it's f***ing up South Park. We are at the studio working on new episodes and we hope the fans get to see them somehow." I know. This okay, so is the guy who got fired from Universal for SH, is he the one responsible for this? Is he the one? Because I knew it. Yeah.
Meow.
I didn't see this article. I knew it. So, what is going on behind the scenes? It looks like South Park are being pulled because why? Some actor named Jeff Shell is screwing things up, and now he got fired from Universal for SH. All right, why, if you're fired for being an executive for something that egregious, you're fired from something for that egregious of a thing, why are you allowed to be hired on as an executive somewhere else to go and screw something up? Here we go, Jeff Shell. Threatened legal action. Jeff Shell streaming rights Paramount Plus. Are they threatening him, or am I yelling at the wrong guy? I didn't read this one yet. Per the Hollywood Reporter, it's been confirmed that Paramount Plus has lost the streaming rights to South Park. As of now, it is only available for streaming on Paramount Plus in the United States, although it is noted that the platform is in continued negotiations with rights holders and is hoping to bring the series back. They're trying to what? Undercut them for the amount of money that they deserve? All right, with the billions and billions of dollars that Comedy Central got off of the merchandise, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Comedy Central get most of the merch rights from South Park back in the day? Because nobody thought it was going to last more than 6 episodes. So, here we are now where they're fighting over this digital streaming thing that didn't exist when the show was created, when it was just a TV broadcast thing and DVDs. That was all that was around then when the show came out in the first place. So the news comes as South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone are already struggling to negotiate their streaming rights for the series due to the ongoing Paramount Skydance merger. Earlier this month, the pair released a statement through the official South Park social media page addressing the release date of the series' hotly anticipated 27th season being pushed back. The statement reads, in response to the press release from Comedy Central, we already read that. This merger is a shit show and it's f***ing up South Park. We're at the studio working on new episodes. We already saw that. It was reported at the time that Stone and Parker had threatened Paramount with legal action, accusing company president of Jeff Shell, interfering with their contract negotiations with Warner Brothers. And here's the thing. Over at Paramount Plus, right, they have been doing this thing where they hide all of their streaming numbers because why? It's a streaming thing. A lot of their stuff gets sold off to other things. I've been covering this for years and years and years with Star Trek Discovery.
Let's fly.
So they're going to go in and show you nothing and say, oh, well, you guys don't have any, there's no money in streaming anyway, which is technically true. There's no money in streaming anyway.
Damn.
But Paramount Plus is one of those few ones they're just hanging on for dear life for whatever reason. Because why? They have something that's actually like the Friends of Paramount Plus, okay? They have the Friends of Paramount Plus, which is South Park. All right? This has the potential to be like Friends. For streaming. And what do people watch on Netflix? What's the number one show over there? What was it? It was Friends and Squid Game and shit like that. So Paramount Plus was something like South Park that has 27 seasons now of content, plus the specials.
Do you mind wearing a tin diaper?
Plus the specials. Remember the specials that were thrown over on streaming, which aren't really new episodes because they're specials? That's what Paramount likes to do with a lot of stuff as a way to kind of get around and have these little loopholes and technicalities. They did that with Section 31, where they released that instead of as a TV series, they released that as a feature film, movie-length thing, which also acted as a backdoor pilot for a Section 31 series that they would like to make. Because why? They had Michelle Yeoh under contract to produce a Section 31 project. Okay, and now that she won an Oscar, she was worth a whole lot more money, so she no longer would be able to be attached to a TV series, but she had to fulfill it with a project. That was one of the things. Also, they didn't have the money to go in and produce an entire TV series, especially with Michelle Yeoh, now that she's won an Oscar. So,
now back to Wheel of Fortune!
This is the same thing with South Park. They don't want to give Trey and Matt what they're worth, despite giving them this. There's 2 years left on Paramount's $900 million streaming deal with South Park. They don't want to honor this, I bet. I'm betting they're trying to get out of it by saying, you're not producing the right stuff, you're not giving us the right amount of content in the right time, they're going to try and do anything they can to not pay you while getting as much money as they can. I'm talking to Trey and Matt like they watch my videos still. While they're going to go in and sell it for more than they're telling. So this is what Paramount's going to do. They're going to try and do some shady things to sell off some of their assets. Okay, so this $900 million deal with South Park, you can guarantee this is not a $900 million check that they just gave these guys. It was probably, okay, under these amount of years, if you produce X amount of things, you will get X amount of money. And they're probably trying to just wait them out so they don't have to honor that. Because why? It gave them a temporary boost in stock in the stock market and the stock prices when they announced this. When they announced that South Park deal to begin with. So they're trying not to honor it now that they know that South Park is literally the only thing that they have worth streaming, and Star Trek and the Star Trek stuff, but who cares about that? It's all shit. Why don't you give Trey and Matt a Star Trek series? If you really want to save Paramount Plus, I mean, you would do something like that. I don't know if they want it.
You gonna say your thing?
My what?
Jeff Shell. Okay, so this guy, who is the guy over at Paramount Plus now? His name is Jeff Shell. His past lingers over Paramount's future. This is from August 13th, 2024. This is from a year ago. Skydance mogul David Ellison will install Jeff Shell as the upcoming chief of Paramount if the sale closes, and it did. But the former NBC Universal chief's firing over claims of SH, will it complicate the move? It should have. It should have. If you were literally fired and let go for SH, and are worth millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, if you were any other person in any other line of work, you would never be hired again. You would be drummed out of what, like, if you worked at State Farm Insurance, for crying out loud, you would never work in insurance again. If you were a teacher, you would never work in teaching again. Why are you allowed to hop over to another movie studio, TV studio, streaming studio, entertainment service, anything, to be the CEO again? Why are you not flipping goddamn burgers at McDonald's? Why is your life not ruined? Why is your career not over? Why are you here effing up my South Park? Why are you messing with Trey? Why are you messing with Trey? Why do I have to come in and go full harpy on you? Because yes, Trey and Matt are one of the few people in Hollywood I do protect. Thank you very much. Because why? My reasons. Because the country thing is a lie, goddammit. And that's why my reasons.
And you can do it too. You can do it too. You can do Miles Morales tweets. Because they're like engagement gold. They're engagement crack.
They accuse of Jeff Shell of interfering. And they are. Oh, and they are. And they are. South Park creators accuse Jeff Shell of interfering in streaming rights and negotiations. Why? Because I'm psychic. That's why, and they threaten legal action. I would do it. I would do it. He shouldn't even be in this position, and you know it. Trey and Matt are accusing him of directing Netflix and Warner Brothers Discovery to modify their deals. June 23rd. Yeah. I didn't know about this article. So the creators have threatened legal action against Paramount president Jeff Shell for interfering in negotiations for the streaming rights of the animated series. And this might be why they pulled it completely, because this guy is such an incompetent or vindictive, one or the other, buffoon, clown, obstacle, wretch. Choose your whatever word you want to use. That he just pulled it completely. And he's like, oh no, we're not going to show it at all. Because he's an attempt to devalue their brand. He's trying to devalue their brand. Okay? He's trying to devalue it to them so he doesn't have to pay them. So he gets the bigger cut off the back end, or he doesn't get any cut at all and he just wants to F things up because he can. Because he can.
I would like the ship to go. Now.
Parker and Stone, who operate South Park Digital Studios, which owns the show's streaming rights alongside Paramount Global, have accused Shell and the Redbird Capital executive, who is set to become the next president of Paramount should the deal with Skydance close, of steering negotiations with potential streaming partners as Netflix and Warner Brothers Discovery to benefit Paramount. In a June 21st letter obtained by the Wrap, counsel for Parker and Stone's entertainment company, Park County, accused Shell of directing Netflix and Warner Brothers Discovery to modify their deals in a manner calculated to benefit Paramount at the expense of Park County.
Why an iron suit?
Because I could.
They will do that. They will do that. And you know what? Paramount doesn't have a whole lot of legs to stand on. Anyway, if you really want to look into who funded Star Trek Discovery for their streaming service, okay? If you really want, it's all related, okay? It's all related. It's all related. Please, just look into it. If you're out there, Trey, Matt, who funded it? Who funded it? Who funded it? You're gonna love that one. Specifically, because allegedly, they were getting a lot of shady money from some people in other countries, which will remain nameless right now because I don't want to be sued by Paramount. But that's alleged. That is alleged. That's just what I've heard. That all this money that was coming from now, like, that wasn't profitable. How are they getting millions and millions and millions of dollars to make these? Star Trek Discovery, $9 million an episode. Who is funding it?
Spiders.
Their streaming was not profitable. Okay? Not with just Star Trek. It will be for this. Because South Park is the friends of a streaming content thing, right? It is the friends of a thing that you can syndicate forever. It is one of those things that is indefinitely syndicatable. It is like a SpongeBob SquarePants. It is like Friends. It is like
Making my way through the hood, sipping this yak.
any other one of those shows you just see for all eternity, or Family Guy, American Dad, any of those, King of the Hill, any of those shows that just went on and on and on forever.
Then I guess I'm just a big lame.
Those are streamable because they're popular, because you can just sit there and watch an episode of South Park.
This entire experiment is turning out very bad.
All right, specifically, the letter that alleged Shell asked Warner Brothers Discovery to grant Paramount Plus an exclusive 12-month window for new episodes, as well as shorten the deal from 10 to 5 years. That's going back on the thing that they gave them. That $900 million thing that they use, I would go in and say, hey, you gave us $900 million. Why? Just to boost your stock prices falsely? Just to go and then take it from it? That would be a huge federal crime if they did that, is all I'm saying. If they really want to go there, if they really, really want to go there.
Come on, free shot, man, come on.
In June 21, yeah, we already read that one.
Jason eats balls.
Okay, we already read that. We hereby demand that you, Redbird and Skydance, immediately cease your interference, the letter reads. If these activities continue, we will have no choice but to act both to protect our rights and discharge any obligations we may have to the public. A rep for Redbird and Skydance maintained that Shell did nothing wrong, saying in a statement to the Wrap, under terms of the transaction agreement, Skydance has the right to approve material contracts. But Park County said that the merger between Paramount Global and Skydance had not yet closed. Skydance is not legally to be entitled to be involved with such negotiations. So did it close yet? So this is all before. So we've had issues with this guy before. We've had issues with this guy before, this shell guy. So, what else is going on in South Park? I don't crapping know. Nobody tells me anything. However, the merger with the Skydance crap should not be allowed to go. Why is Paramount merging with Sky? What the crap is Skydance? Why? Did they do it? Did they merge? Anyway. So that's up the whole new shows. So we can't even watch those yet. Weren't they supposed to be out already? Weren't they supposed to be out in June? So Paramount is back to their own shady crap about what? Fudging numbers again? Is it even related? I'm not sure. Point is, I am Mecha, and we have no South Park because streaming is stupid, and they're trying to screw people out of money, and they're trying to what?
Get the f out of my drive-thru!
I'm going back to my live chat. Boom. No, that's not the boom. This one.
Meow.